Hello Tubesters, it's Gav and welcome to another video. Today's video is a review of some Foundry Miniatures Lycian Marines that fought for the Persians in the Persian wars of Darius and Xerxes in their invasion of Europe. These are going to be a commission painting for my friend Mick, who's commissioned me to paint a unit of these Marines for him. So I thought we'll take the opportunity and have a look at what Foundry's got to offer. So the Lycians, I believe, doing a quick look on Wikipedia, are in a province of modern-day Turkey, Anatolia. But before that, obviously they were their own people and speaking their own language. They were drawn into the Persian Empire without actually wanting to be in it, and they served the Persians until the Greeks overthrew that part and kicked the Persians out, and they came under the sway of Athens for a while before they gained their independence again. I don't believe through war. I think they actually just seceded from the Athenian League. And then they swayed backwards and forwards, independent, and not until finally the Macedonians under Alexander the Great conquered them and more or less wiped the language out, I believe. So yeah, these are Lycian Marines. Let me just get my usual grubby pointing stick and we'll have a closer look at these guys. Now unfortunately, due to bad planning and preparation as usual, I haven't put I was going to actually put a ruler on these, because sometimes people say some of the Foundry stuff is slightly smaller than modern day companies, so I can't say if that's true or not with these, but I will put a ruler on them and give you an idea when I start painting them. These look like they've got, and on the artwork I've got in the background that's we've downloaded from Foundry's website, looks like they've got the bronze cuirass or brass cuirass on the copper even. Anything that doesn't look steel anyway, or iron. They've got like with a muscle cuirass there. I mean, hopefully that'll come up better with some paint. These are going to be done in metallics, not non-metallic. Because obviously they've got to fit in with Mick's existing Persians. They've got a spear and a bow. There doesn't seem to be any quivers. I take it they're saying that the quivers for these bows are under the cloaks. Let's just have a quick look at the spear. You get these. Now, obviously Mick's put these in. I'm not sure if these come with the unit or not, but that's the spear. I do believe they probably do. The artwork I'm looking at over the back of the camera shows that whoever's been commissioned to paint the original Foundry ones has done them all in white, looking like a warm white. Now these hats here, I don't know if these are supposed to be feathers, if it's material. Again, the commission artist has painted them in red, blue, green and white, as in different, all red, all blue, all white, all green. I've been looking on the internet so far and I've hardly been able to come up with anything for these guys, so I'll try not to stick to the, obviously you want to do your own spin on things, so I'm not sure until I've done a bit more closer reading. If anybody knows anything on Lycian Marines, if you want to drop it in the comments, I'd appreciate it. Now what Mick's told me is this is goat skin. I think I've got that right, Mick. It looks fairly, I know you can get some shaggy goats, but it does look quite more like wolf-like, bear-like type of fur, but that'll be done in some goat type material. So what do we look for? Usual flash mould lines. What you can see, obviously mould lines on the arms here. so they're not completely crisp and clean, but let's face it, whether they're metal or plastic, you're going to get mould lines. I've noticed some of the hands will need drilling, some not. Obviously this guy doesn't. No shields with these either, obviously. They are what they are. But I can't see any miscasts. I'm only showing you this one particularly. I might show another one just to give a bit of variance, but I can't see any miscasts, any missing arms, legs, feet, noses. Faces look fairly detailed. Again, they're shining under the light there, but I think that's a good enough face from what I've seen from other manufacturers. Again, he's a different type of guy here. His greaves here seem to be a bit more well defined. Bit of runoff there, but again, all easy cleanable. You know, I wouldn't not expect to find anything like that. Again, bit of flash there. Again, nothing that a scalpel won't remove for you. So yeah, it'll be interesting. That looks like a type of material. It could be a brass helmet with decoration round. Again, that's the one problem. It's trying to dig information out sometimes on different units. So yeah, that's a quick look at some Foundry Miniatures Lycian Marines. Hopefully, now what I'll do is, what I was going to say, hopefully next time we see them they'll have some paint on them. What I'll do is, these will be put in my reviews playlist along with everything else, and then I will do a separate playlist probably for these as a commission. I usually put the commissions to one side, or I'm starting to anyway, in their own playlists. Not so much for advertising, more just for the fact that you guys, you know, if you haven't painted a Lycian Marine before, whether I get to actually paint them right is another matter, but at least you've got a, you know, sort of go-to place to go to. It's like the Saxons, you know, you can pick some uniforms out of those, and the same with the 10mm League of Augsburgs. You know, they've got their own playlist, because again, you can go to the regiments there. I always put the, you know, disclaimer on them that I'm no expert on what I paint, but again, you know, they're there for you to use as a reference source if you so choose. So guys, thanks again for stopping by and taking a look at this little review, and hopefully we'll catch each other soon on another video. Coming up, I've got my 40k Storm Boys Orcs that I'm painting. I've got one almost complete. They'll be having their own playlist as well, so you'll be seeing that in the very near future. Obviously Mix, this one we just talked about, Mix ongoing commission. And what else? Oh yeah, 10mm buildings I've been promising you for about the last 3 videos. And my ship is getting rigged in the next couple of days, the next part of the rigging, so that's at last. Now the commission's going, that's now on the boil again. So yeah, it's all hands to the pumps over Christmas. I've got a bust coming for Christmas, which I'll do another review on, which probably though won't start until after I've done the Woodland Native Indian. But yeah, it's all hands to the pumps. Lots of videos to show in the coming weeks, so hopefully we'll see each other on another vid. You take care of yourselves, I'll see you soon.